Live from Fargo and serving you on TV, online, and on the go. This is Valley News Live at noon.
Another protest is planned for this afternoon outside the home of the former police officer involved in a deadly arrest of a black man in Minneapolis. Many are hoping this one is calmer than what happened overnight. Protesters gathered in Minneapolis overnight at the place where George Floyd died while under arrest. The incident has reignited the debate over police treatment of black men and what kind of restraint is okay during an arrest. Laura Podesta reports on the legacy of George Floyd.
Hundreds of protesters hit the streets of Minneapolis Tuesday expressing anger toward the police department for the arrest and death of George Floyd. At one point, the back window of a police SUV was smashed. Officers in tactical gear used tear gas to control the crowds.
Please, I can't breathe.
In a video posted to social media, bystanders are heard urging the officers to use less force in the Memorial Day arrest. Police said the 46-year-old matched the description of a suspect in a forgery case at a grocery store and that he was resisting.
Bro, you got him down, man. Let him breathe, at least, man.
The video shows an officer continuing to kneel on Floyd's neck. Within minutes, he's unresponsive. The incident is now under FBI investigation, and the 4 officers involved have been fired.
He always felt like everybody got a chance here. You know, he would tell his friends, like, come up to Minnesota, man. You can do it here. Like, you can get a job.
Courtney Ross, Floyd's fiancée, said she doesn't want to remember him for how he died, but rather how he lived his life as a volunteer for the Salvation Army, a security guard at a local restaurant, and a man of God looking for a fresh start. Laura Podesta, CBS News.
This case is drawing comparisons to the death of Eric Garner, an unarmed black man who died in 2014 in New York after being placed in a chokehold by police. It is now 12:03 on our Wednesday afternoon. Let's take that live look outside. It's looking a lot like summer and feeling a lot like summer. I actually got sweaty walking around for a bit today. To see what we can expect in our forecast, let's head on over to First Alert Storm Team meteorologist Lisa Green.
There's good reason for that. We really did warm up this morning, and it is toasty out there with that sun and temperatures now in the 80s in Fargo. That's the first time we've seen 80 so far this year. The first time since September 20th of last year. That's more than 8 months ago that we've been waiting to see 80 degrees again. And we're at 83 right now in Fargo. So really soaring there. Elsewhere, still a beautiful day. We're looking at temperatures into the mid 70s to some upper 70s. Grand Forks at 78. There are a few more clouds starting to develop in northwest Minnesota and near Grand Forks, but nothing that is looking too suspicious at this point. Just some fair weather cumulus clouds popping up here. And we're looking at some quieter weather this afternoon as far as precipitation is concerned. It's getting a little brisk up in the Northern Valley. We've got some gusts into the 20s and one spot, Langdon, a westerly wind gusting to 33 miles per hour. So with that 80-degree temperature we've reached, we're bringing out the pool cast again. We're looking at pretty good conditions for being outdoors and especially nice for taking a dip in the pool or running through the sprinkler today, looking at some mid-80s in Fargo. We'll let you know how long this will last coming up in just a few minutes.
Yeah, the pool would feel real good this afternoon. Thank you, Lisa. We have new information on coronavirus in our area. The state of Minnesota is reporting 33 new deaths from the virus, bringing the death toll to 932. 759 of those deaths happened in a nursing home or long-term care facility. The state is reporting another 510 cases today, bringing the active case count to 5,218. 16,314 people have recovered from the virus since the state started keeping record. North Dakota is reporting 17 new cases of COVID-19 in the state, bringing the active case total to 677. 16 of those cases were in Cass County. They are also reporting 2 new deaths linked to the illness. Both were women in Cass County with underlying health conditions. One in her 70s, the other in her 90s. The death toll now sits at 56. Further retests have been done for positive results that were called into question after equipment issues. Of the 74 retests, all but 1 have changed to negative. New for you at noon, the popular Potato Days Festival in Barnesville is canceled for the summer. It was scheduled for August 28th and 29th. Organizers say they will be back for 2021 with their 30th anniversary. They say with the restrictions in place for social distancing, sanitation, and crowd control, it would be extremely difficult to keep their festival to their own standards. Organizers say Potato Days draws over 22,000 people. Also new at noon, a North Dakota man is behind bars after allegedly starting a car on fire near gas pumps in Wahpeton. 32-year-old Brandon Prochnow is charged with one felony count of endangering by fire or explosion. Court documents say Wahpeton police were called to Econo Foods on Monday for a man who had started a car on fire in the parking lot. Officers found Prochnow sitting inside the vehicle with the fire burning outside the back door close to some gas pumps. One man is in jail for starting a standoff with Fargo police and then trying to tear down a wall in his apartment to run away from officers. Police were called to the building just a few blocks west of South High School around midnight. And when they arrived, they heard a man yelling in his apartment, threatening to burn the place down. Authorities then got into the apartment and the suspect barricaded himself in the bathroom. Eventually, the guy tried to tear down a bathroom wall to escape. 38-year-old Matthew Griffin is now under arrest for endangerment by fire, preventing arrest, and disorderly conduct. His mugshot is not available. In our schemes and ripoffs today, the Fargo Police Department is warning college students to be on the lookout for a scam hitting their email inboxes. The department says scammers will email a student on their university email and say they need to log in to a different site to get their COVID-19 check from the university's financial department. That other site then will ask for the student's personal username and passwords used for the university. But don't fall for it. This is a scam. If you think your university's financial department is trying to contact you, you should call them. The CDC says officials should not use results from coronavirus antibody tests to make important policy decisions. The agency says the test may give more inaccurate readings if the virus is not prevalent in that community. As a result, the CDC says the antibody test could result, or should not rather, be used to make decisions about returning people to the workplace. They also should not be used to determine the immune status in individuals until the presence, durability, and duration of immunity is established. In our consumer alert this afternoon, millions of people are now dipping into their retirement accounts to pay the bills during this pandemic. Bankrate.com is out with an all-new survey. It found more than a quarter of working or recently unemployed adults with retirement accounts have tapped into that fund as an immediate source of income. Meanwhile, 18% of working or recently unemployed adults are contributing less to their retirement accounts, and 1/4 of people responding didn't give to their retirement accounts before the pandemic, and they aren't now either. Coming up here at noon, one small step for man. Americans are again getting ready to head into outer space after years of staying on Earth. But next, Lisa Green is in with everything we need to know for our hot Wednesday forecast.